have Taylar Elizza Beth here with us.
Hi.
How has COVID been treating you?
Wow. So we're just going to dive right into it.
Into it. Let's start here.
Yeah,
How has the year been for you as an artist dealing with COVID? Not with COVID, but
I don't have COVID. Thank God. But this year has been absolutely insane. I started the year by moving back to Seattle. I was in LA for about a year and a half and, doing my thing out there. Did a couple of shows. That was really cool, whatever. Family brought me back. So I was like just starting and I was like, okay, yeah, I was like revved up, and like ready to fucking go. I was getting started. I had like recorded with Seth and was like feeling myself, I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. And then the pandemic hit and it was like, no. You actually need to like get a job. You need to like figure your shit out. You need to get into a new apartment, blah, blah, blah. So I was going through like a lot of personal shit, I feel like. And that kind of just added layers on top to like, oh, like this is like a global pandemic. Right. And this is something that the entire world is going through at the same time, So
Do you think you've grown because of it? Have you like tremendously worked on a lot of personal things?
Oh, yeah. I feel like I was already going there anyway. I'm super into astrology and the next like 3 years is my Saturn return. So, it's a big time in your life period between like 27 and 30 where you're like, hey, what do I want to do and who do I want to be? Right. And it kind of just solidifies it for the rest of your life. If you're a fucking loser, like you're going to be a fucking loser, So, what's up? What am I doing? And, I feel like the pandemic has forced me to slow down, has forced me to reevaluate not only my relationships with other people, but like my relationship with myself and, trying to figure out the artist that I want to be and the music that I want to make and the people I want to work with, and luckily for me, like I moved back just in time because all my people are here. So that feels really nice.
You have that support system.
Yeah. And
so do you feel like you've been like blocked creatively?
I don't think it's necessarily blocked. I feel like it's all there. It's like it's all flowing and it's like a river and it's like nonstop or whatever. And I think a lot of artists can like attest to that as well. I don't think it necessarily stops. I just think it's a matter of like, are we open to receiving the messages that like we're getting? And like are we like carving enough time in our lives to like sit down and download from the source? So like that's kind of how I feel about it. It's like I haven't been blocked. It's just like I have a lot of shit to do, and I have a lot of people to take care of. I'm the oldest of 4 sisters. And my sisters depend on me. My mom depends on me. So I have a lot of shit to do outside of music. And I'm trying to work and grind. I've worked a full-time job this whole time. Through the entire pre-COVID, after COVID, I had never got no time off. Like shout out to everybody who's been able to like get unemployment benefits. Like that's amazing. Our government should take care of us. Like I'm 100% pro that. But like I have not stopped working. Yeah. So it's just kind of like, okay, like how do we like work and like also make time for our passions,
right?
The shit that we like want to do.
Exactly. And you've mentioned before, plenty of times, referenced it in your music, that you are asthmatic. So working and being an artist and then having to live through this pandemic, how has that affected you in how you move and how you grind and how you go out into public?
Yeah, I mean, just to be totally honest, I don't know why I wasn't wearing a mask before. Like I love masks. I think they're fucking great. Not only are they practical, but I also don't feel like interacting with people a lot, so I'm just like, but having asthma is a big part of my life. I've had asthma my entire life. I have like very severe asthma. I feel like when this pandemic first started, I kind of compared it to like the burn degrees. So I was like, if asthma were burns, my asthma would be like a 4th degree asthma. Wow. Like I have like very intense asthma, and even if it like gets too hot in the room or like I'm laughing too much. Can you believe if I'm laughing too much? It's like I start to like wheeze and like it's a lot, but. I'm old enough now and I've taken care of myself this entire time. So it's cool. But, seeing the ways in which other people have responded to the pandemic, it's been a little concerning for me. You know, it makes me feel like maybe we're not all as like unified as I thought we were, you know, and like if I got the coronavirus, like I could like actually die.
Right.
And it's not like oh, you know, I'm so scared, blah, blah. It's like, these are the facts.
Right.
Because my lungs are just not strong enough.
And
so, yeah, and, you know, and I'm a young-ass person, and I'm, like, a vibrant person. So I think, like, people are, you know, it was kind of funny. Like, people are saying a lot about, like, how the elderly and, like, sick people are getting it. And, like, they have an image of what it means to be like the target, you know? But it's, like, it's not. You know, it's like, it's us.
In actuality, it's like been reported in, you know, infants as young as just a few months to, you know, the oldest, like 90 years old and above, you know what I mean? So everybody is susceptible to it.
Exactly.
And in particular, people with pre-existing, like especially respiratory conditions like asthma.
This is a respiratory virus, you know.
And you still kill it on your performances.
Well, thank you.
Hate your inhaler on stage sometimes.
You know what's so funny? What's so funny about that is, like, my favorite part of performing is like going, you know, and getting my inhaler because I'm so out of breath because I just performed, like, you know, 3 times in a row or whatever. And the crowd is always like, oh yeah, we love that, you know, and I'm like, thanks, like, I need it to, like, breathe, you know. Like, this is not a prop, you know, like, this is my real life, you know. So it's kind of funny, like, the way that people interact with it. They think it's, like, really cool and awesome, and I'm like, I'm so glad that I can, like, represent this, you know. Like, I'm young asthmatic, I'm TB, you know. That's who I am.
That's a great stance to take.
I'm pro asthma, I guess.
So let's switch gears up just a little bit and kind of speak about what this fundraiser is about and why we brought you here. And now that you've moved back to Seattle, and COVID has like changed the landscape out here, displaced a lot of people, and we're seeing homeless people everywhere. And I was just wondering what thoughts you had on how we could help the homeless and help get them into certain housing situations, or any thoughts that you had really on what we can do to better the community and why you want to see Seattle become a better community.
Well, number one, Seattle is, I think, leading in homelessness to like compared to LA. Compared to like the major cities of the USA. So like Seattle is not like in a bubble here, you know. It's really fucking bad. And I think that regardless if there was a virus going on, we needed to get that together a long time ago. I stand very firm on this. Like, I think all of our resources should be going to help those people who are suffering from houselessness. And the houseless deserve a lot more support than we've been giving them. You know, they don't have the privilege of social distancing a lot of times. They don't have the privilege of masking up. A lot don't have access to hand sanitizer at the door. You know, a lot don't have access to healthy foods and vegetables that are like keeping them safe and boosting their immune systems. So, I mean, it's like every single like check mark, you know, every single box is being checked as to why they are a vulnerable community, even more so now. And I remember hearing about in Seattle how, you know, people freeze to death every winter, just based off just how cold it gets here, especially at night, you know. And so I think that we need to start thinking in a broader mindset. You know, what are we gonna do to help these people, because they're facing more challenges than ever being out on the streets. And so, yeah, I don't, but like for me, I don't know what I can do. You know, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, like as a person. I feel like we need to elect the right people in office. And, you know, fuck Jenny Durkin. Fuck Jenny Durkin for real though. Like, I don't have any problem being political as an artist. Like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck Jenny Durkin. Fuck Trump. You know, like, there's really nothing else to say about that. Like, we're not doing enough for them. Tiny houses change lives. Those tiny house communities that you see, I think there's one on like Yesler, and then there's one on Rainier. Those are amazing. Those change lives. Those offer people a safe space to be able to like not worry about where they're gonna stay at night,
Right.
and just worry about the other million aspects that they have going on in their lives, being a houseless person. You know, we need to stop thinking about the houseless as like a separate community,
Right.
and we need to start like figuring out how we can incorporate them back in to our community.
Help them establish an address so that they can get a job and then get an income to be able to move on from that.
Yeah.
Or even if they want to live that renegade lifestyle.
And that's the thing.
You know,
it's like that's the thing. Not everybody wants to come in. You know, not
Right.
everybody wants like a lot. There's a lot of nomads. There's a lot of people who like the street. So it's like, how can we start changing our mindset, our stigma around like the houseless, and you know, making it so that it's not like, I don't know. I just feel like you don't have to be drug or alcohol free to like deserve basic rights. You don't have to be a perfect person to deserve a house, you know, and like running water.
Right.
That's just what it is. Fuck you if you disagree, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, that was a beautiful sentiment to kind of end on. I don't know if you have anything else that you want to add to it or anything like that.
I mean, I feel like if you're watching this, if you're watching this right now, like just support your artists. One thing that I feel like I am coming to terms with over the course of like the pandemic, because it has really been like an up and down, and depression is really serious, and like mental health, we could have a whole segment on mental health, you know, period. But I feel like over the year, what's kind of held me together has been my art and my music. And so if you're an artist out there, like, please keep performing, please keep doing everything that you're doing right now to just push your shit out, or just bank the shit and don't release it to anybody. You know, that works too. Art and community and love are the foundation of repairing and healing communities. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
Cool.